Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Just giving you an update. I still have my little passenger on board. We now know that it's called a pheochromocytoma. So say that drunk half a dozen times. And it is, as we suspected when I made this last thing, that it's an adrenal tumor. It's a very rare one that produces extra stress hormones. So all the good hormones that pump through your body when you're in fight and flight, this tumour is pumping them into my body constantly. So my body is constantly in fight and flight. And that's been confirmed. The reason nothing's been done about it is because when I got to the surgeon a couple of weeks ago, he finally had all of the test results and he's just said, look, it's confirmed. This is what we believe it is. But he wasn't he was a specialist, but he wasn't a specialist. He wasn't specialist enough, as he puts it. He said, look, you're going to need a more specialist to be able to do this surgery. And so and booked in for the next specialist, but it was a 3-week wait to get into him. And so it's tomorrow week I get to get into him. Is it cancer? We still don't know. With this particular type of tumour, apparently about 10% of them are cancerous. So the odds are in my favour, which is great. The downside from what I've been able to research is that when they biopsy these types of cancer, it doesn't always show up. Because the cancer cells in an adrenal tumour are different to cancer cells in the rest of your body. So quite often the only way you know if it was cancerous is if it grows back or if it metastasizes and shows up in your bones or your lungs and things like that. So that's where we're at. I'm looking after myself. I'm feeling so much better now that the tamoxifen is continuing to pass out of my system. I'm just tired, like being in fight and flight 24/7 for what could have been years from the size of it. It's tiring. And that's where we're at. So I'm just getting on with things, still waiting. From what I've been told, what will happen is when I see the surgeon, I will need to be stabilised on possibly a couple of medications, because the risk of surgery, which is why I need a more specialist surgeon and I need a more specialist hospital to care for me after the surgery, is because when you pluck this little passenger out, that sudden withdrawal of the extra adrenaline can cause all of your veins to collapse. And so you need to be stabilised on blood pressure medications to maintain your blood pressure, and you've got to stay in hospital a few days. It's keyhole surgery, relatively simple, but you do risk your entire circulatory system collapsing on you once the adrenaline that has constantly been pumping. My body's gotten used to having it through the veins, through the heart and all of that sort of stuff. You just suck that out and your system can collapse. So will be medicated for a couple of weeks before the surgery. Then I'll be in a hospital for a couple of days to make sure that my system doesn't collapse once it's out. Good news is if you don't collapse and everything stays stable, then they will wean you back off the medication, and apparently your body recovers quite well once that little risk period is removed. So yeah, just moving forward, that given that we may not know, even if it's tested, if it's cancerous, then the decision comes down to me is, do I just go, all right, 90% says it's not, we'll just move forward, I'll keep doing the same things, I'll just treat my life like I used to? Or do I go, all right, well, I'm going to do whatever I can to make it not come back? You guys know me, and so I will be doing whatever I can to make it not come back. And given that I have now gone off the breast cancer medication, with my oncologist's support, it's not a rash decision that's been made. We were going to work towards lifestyle, an anti-cancer lifestyle anyway. So this just encourages me to do it even more, because it may be a case of, apparently this, if this is malignant, it can just show up in 15 years' time. So it's not like other cancers, like, oh, you've got your 5-year window where you're at your highest risk. It's not like that. It can just show up years and years down the track and just pop up in another part of your body, and it's only once it's biopsied they go, oh, actually that thing was malignant. So I will be dealing with it in a very, very proactive way. I've got some big lifestyle changes to make. I'm not allowed to make any of them yet because I'm not allowed to do anything that will shock the body. So this will all happen once I know I'm out of the surgery, I'm stabilised, and as I've said before, happy to share that. And now there's even more of a reason for me to really get on top of this. So that's where we're at, and we'll just keep moving forward, keep enjoying life, looking forward to the lockdown finishing. It's been pretty interesting. Got lockdown here, got lockdown everything really. I even put earrings on just to do this video because most of the time I just couldn't be bothered, to be honest. Generally Ugg boots while working as well. So it's funny times, but hopefully we are coming to the end of that soon and we can get out and I can really just get on with enjoying life and living it to the best I can, and just making sure that I don't get cancer again for, say, the next 50 years is a nice goal. So we'll talk soon. Look after yourselves.